Hey, welcome back to another Ira story time. I guess I should name them story times because it's gonna be a story, right? I was just reading something on Facebook that triggered a memory about a movie that at the age I was. Let's just get into it. Okay, look, I was one of those kids. I was a tattletale. I was. I'm not getting beat down for nobody, but that's gonna come later in the story. I don't know. We're gonna jump back to 1991. I was maybe fifth. I want to say sixth grade. We're gonna go with sixth grade. That's how I want to say sixth grade, because 91 I would have been almost 13 years old. I would have been 12. The summer, somewhere around the summer of 91, I would have been 12 years old, going on 13. Now, my second to the youngest uncle on my mama's side. Most of my story times is always going to be on my mama's side. All my stories will always be my mama's side. Now, New Jack City, summer that New Jack City came out. Me and my cousin Albert wanted to see it. Now, our parents had told us we could not see this movie because it was not a kid-friendly movie. It was rated R. It had nudity in it. You know the scene where the guy was. You know the scene. I ain't got to tell you about the movie. If you ain't seen the movie, go see New Jack. Go find you a Netflix or something that can watch New Jack City. I think that's one of two movies that I like. The guy that plays Nino Brown in it. That and Thank You, Julie Newmar, where he played the drag queen. But my mom told me I couldn't see this movie. I was determined to see this movie because it looked good. So, me and Albert somehow sweet talked my Uncle Greg into taking us to see this movie, right? Now, mind you, he didn't take us to any movie theater close to home. He took us into the city to go see this movie. But he's told us that if I take y'all to see this movie, y'all can't tell y'all mamas. We both agreed not to tell our mamas. So, we get up that day that he's going to take us. We got all geeked. Now, mind you, we all live in the same apartment complex. It was a family thing. My family, we grew up like that. We all lived in the same complex. Me and my mama in one apartment, my Uncle Greg in a different apartment, my aunt, the Don and Albert in a different apartment, my Uncle Carl in a different apartment, my Uncle Mac in a different apartment, my grandmother in a different apartment. We all in these apartments, the same apartment complex. I can go just walk down the street and go to anybody's house and I'm good, right? So, I knew that we were going to see Greg that day. He told us we were going to go early, because we know if we going into the city, he going to get us something to eat, he going to do this, he going to do that, but we going to this movie at the end of the day. And it was no big deal for our moms to let us go with Greg because that's our uncle, that's one of their little baby brothers. Because it's like, if I put in order of the siblings that lived in this complex, it was my Uncle Mac, then it was my mama, then it was the Don, then it was Greg. Greg. So it was no big deal to say, Greg said, I'm going to take them with me. It was no questions asked. Where you going? What you doing? What time you going to bring them back? We were safe. That's all that mattered. We were safe. And so, I don't know if we initially told him he was taking us to a movie and it was going to be, but they still not thinking it's not going to be a child-friendly movie. They just know Greg's taking them out, possible movie, but they'll be back sometime today. We ain't worried about it. They'll be back when they get here. We were out there here. That's what they knew. That's all they was worried about initially. We were not bothering them. So, we piled in the car. It's about 11, 12 o'clock. We piled in the car, we geeked. And again, he reminded us, do not tell your mama that I'm taking y'all to this movie because I will never hear the end of it. Now, mind you, he's really saying it to me. He's, even though, yeah, Albert's sitting there, but he's really saying it to me without saying it to me. Without making me feel terrible about it. Because he's going to be in a world of trouble if it gets back to my mama. To the Don too, but really my mama. Because I was told, and everybody was told, Tyra can't see that movie. We want to see that movie. I enjoyed every minute of it. Every minute of this movie. Then we left there. We went to the movie Gun Ho. One of the few movies that I watched all the way through. Didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a scene. Didn't miss a word. Can sit and watch this same movie again today and not miss a beat and not miss a word, not miss a scene, right? So we hang out with my uncle a little bit longer for the day. Because he really wasn't in a rush to take us back because we really, I don't know what it was about the uncles, but I was content hanging out with my uncles. Uncle Greg, Uncle Carl, they didn't take me places too often. But I would hang out with them, have fun. Greg was to do stuff that you ain't supposed to do type activities, meaning go to the movie that you ain't supposed to go see type activities, and have a good time. My Uncle Carl was, if I tell you to duck, that's what you gotta do. I'm just joking. Allegedly. He was here and I said, he would probably look at me like, girl, you talk too much. I miss my uncle. Hey, my uncle, we had some adventures. Me and Carl had some adventures. Now, we get back later on that evening. It was still daylight because, again, it's the beginning of the summer. It's still late. It's where it don't get dark until 8:30, 9 o'clock that night. It's when it's dark now. So, he drop us off at our respective buildings, because again, we live in the same apartment complex. And I go in the house, and if you knew my mom, you knew what was coming. I knew what was coming. Again, before I got out the car, he said, Tyra, do not tell your mama what you went and seen. Make them, what movie, I can't remember what movie he told us to tell our parents what we seen, but we were not to say New Jack City. One thing you're not gonna do is lie to Diane. That's what you're not gonna do. And think she ain't gonna know you lie. She was the human lie detector. You can just opening your mouth, she'll tell you. You ain't said 2 syllables, and she gonna tell you lying. Damn, I can't say bullshit without you saying I'm lying, because she's gonna know you lying. Just tell the truth. So I go in the house, and I'm thinking I'm finna hightail it to the bathroom. Because every time I go home, no matter, I can go home right now and gotta go to the bathroom. As soon as I walk in the door. It don't have to go to the bathroom the whole time. I don't have to do that right now. But I can guarantee when I get home at 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I am. And I'm going to go straight in the house. So I go in the house, didn't make it to the bathroom. She stopped me dead in my tracks. Because your mother call your name, you stop dead in your tracks. At least my mama. You stop what you doing and answer her. And don't answer what is, how may I help you? What did you need, ma'am? But don't just answer what, because you're going to get popped in your, those. Dead in your teeth. And she's going to try to get all 32 down your throat. Promise you. She's going to get all of them down your throat. And a couple of her knuckles, if you answer her what. And so she's like, Tyra, ma'am. So what movie you go see? Why? That's what I wanted to ask her. Why? Because obviously you know something that you just want verification. You know more than I know at this point. Because I always believe my mother didn't ask questions that she didn't already have answers to. She just wanted verification, like, told you. And I'm like, ma'am, she said, you heard me. I'm like, no. Can you repeat the question? She's like, come here. So I went in the kitchen because she was in the kitchen. I'm like, ma'am. She said, don't ma'am me again. She said, you heard me the first time, twice. The first time was both your ears work, right? So you heard me twice the first time. I'm like, can you just repeat the question one more time where I can make sure I heard it correctly? She says, this is the last time. What movie did you go see? I'm like, it was this movie. She said, don't lie. She like, don't lie. Whatever you do, whatever you about to say, better be the truth. You know what happened was, Tyra, stop beating around the bush. We are not changing the subject. Give me the answer. New Jack City. Just as because I felt like she was about to pop me. Because her voice was getting louder and louder. Jesus could hear her just as clear as I could. And it was nowhere to save me. It was nowhere to go to get saved at this point. And I felt that if I told her the truth at this point, I would not get a beat down. I still got popped. My mama still tried to beat me down that day. Because she's like, didn't I tell you that you was not to see that movie? I'm like, yes, ma'am. And you still went and say that movie? I'm like, I wasn't driving the car. I just got in. And I couldn't help it. That's where they took me. Oh, don't worry. She's like, don't worry about it. I'll talk to him when I see him. Oh, best believe she called him over to the house the next day. Greg just looked at me and I looked at him like, that's your sister. That's your Devo. That's your girl. So you already knew. That's the look I gave him. You already should know why she called you over here. And she's like, didn't I tell you she couldn't see that movie? And he's like, he looked at me, didn't I tell you not to tell her? I'm like, don't you know who your mama is? My mama is? Yeah. It was get beat down for lying and then get beat down for once she realized what movie it was. Or just take the one beat down because I went and seen this movie after she told me not to see the movie. I'm not getting 2 beat downs, and I would have got 2. Because my mom is that woman. She would have beat me down, allegedly, for seeing the movie and beat me down for lying. So now I'm not about to lie. I'm not saying I never tried to lie to my mama at times, but best believe when she found out the truth, it was a beat down again because she lied. That's a different story. Now, she called a dime. And guess who else got beat down? I figured I was like Santa Claus. Yep. Howard got the beat down. So now everybody looking at me like, you can't hold water. No, I can't. Not when it comes to Miss Taylor. No. I'm not doing it. You know, she beat that lying stuff out of me. But then it didn't make it no worse because now I'm a tattletale. Now you don't want me to lie. You don't want me to be a tattletale. You know, and I was good for that too because I'm not getting, I'm not getting beat down for nobody. Don't do nothing with me because the judge, jury, and executioner are going to ask what happened. And I'm going to try to hold my ground and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they say, well, you're going to get sent. You know what? Let me talk to you for a minute. Because if they say anything more than 2.2 seconds in a jail cell, I'm not doing it. Not today or any other day. So that's that. Don't go see a movie if your parents told you not to see it. Don't go see it with somebody that can't hold water. Because I'm not that one. So, if you ain't been told today that you are somebody and that you are loved and that you are appreciated, let me be that one. Because you are. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are somebody. So, like, comment, share this video. Like, comment, share this video. I love y'all. Talk to y'all next time. Bye.